Hello, everybody. Hello. This live is going to be about how to hand express your breast milk and how to also store the milk once you've expressed it. I've got myself a knitted boob here, knitted breast, which I'm going to use to demonstrate how you're going to express your breast milk. Now, the reason why you want to express your breast milk is basically to, number one, to relieve some engorgement, or to relieve pain, or excess milk, and to get some relief and comfort. So sometimes you can have your milk come through around the day 5, or for some people maybe day 4, after baby's born, and you might feel really uncomfortable because your milk has come in, baby is not drinking as much as you've got, and therefore it can be quite painful if you do not express some out. Now, some people may choose to use an express pump, or like a breastfeeding, a breast supply milk, a device that is going to help you to pump your milk. You can either get a double pump machine or a single pump machine. It's completely up to you. You can get a manual one or automatic pumps as well, whichever one that you feel is more suitable for you. And of course, it depends also on your price. So it can be quite pricey if you go for a really upmarket express machine such as the Medela, which is normally what most hospitals you use. But there are so many different types that you can choose from. So please don't feel like you have to buy a really expensive one. But however, you can get a good, decent, even manual pump that can do exactly the same job as well, just slightly with a bit of, some differences. But in this live, I'm just going to demonstrate how you can express your milk with hand, and also how to store the milk. I'm going to try not to make this live too long, but get you all the information that you need regarding the topic. So when you're going to express your milk, make sure that number one, your hands are clean, you are very comfortable, you are seated, preferably with your baby near you. Even if baby's not in your arms, then that's fine. But you can see the baby, or you can hear the baby, or you can smell the baby, or you can do, something that is going to help you to connect from what you're doing to getting the milk to come out. Okay. So when you are going to express, try not to be thinking of anything stressful, anything that's going to make you feel like, you can't do what you're about to do, or you are anxious, because this is going to affect your milk coming out. Okay. Because what your body needs to happen is that it needs to let the milk out. So this is what is called a let down reflex. And in order for your body to do this, you need to be connected from your mind to your body. So when your baby is actually breastfeeding, your milk can actually come out. The let down reflex will happen really naturally and really easily, just because you've got a good connection of your brain and your body together. Your body's knowing that this milk is going to go to the baby. Now, when you're doing your expressing with hand or with a machine, your body needs to get that same stimulation. It needs to have that same emotional connection from the brain to the hand to the breast, that the milk is going to the baby. So it's very important that you have your baby near you, or you can hear the baby, or you can smell the baby, or your partner's got the baby and you can visually see the baby. Okay. And you're not worried, you're not stressed, you're not anxious, and you are as relaxed as possible. Before you start to do it, make sure that your hands are clean, like I said, and also make sure that the device you're going to collect your milk into is also sterilized. So you have to make sure that you sterilize your all your bottles, your machines, if you're going to use a machine to collect it, whether a handheld one, or a manual handheld, or a machine that you're going to use. So don't just take it from the packaging or anything and just start expressing, or don't just get a bottle and start to express or hand express your breast milk into it. Make sure that you sterilize your bottles. The kit that you're going to use for pumping your milk, if you're going to use an electronic machine, make sure that you sterilize that machine at least once in every 24 hours. It doesn't have to be sterilized each time you pump, but make sure that in every single 24 hours, you've sterilized it at least once, okay? If you can do it more, perfect, but otherwise it's not needing to be done every single time you express. When you're going to express, make sure that you're not expressing for too long. So the good time to express is hopefully about 15 minutes, okay? You can do less if you wish, but you're not going to do more than 15 minutes. 15 minutes to 20 minutes, no more than that. And once you've done your expressing, you will have to try and wait for your body to recuperate and also to make more milk. So you can then leave your body to do it again. And let's say you give yourself at least 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours intervals, which is what your baby should naturally be doing when you're going to feed. So to hand express, you're going to make sure that you are in a nice, comfortable place. You've got a clean bottle to catch the milk inside of, and your breast is prep and ready. To do this, make sure that you are going to massage your breast, okay? You can, of course, also use a bit of a warm compress. This is not a necessary step, but you can add it in there. So you use a face towel under warm water and, warm the breast, but it's not necessary. If you can just massage the breast. When you're going to massage, you're going to make your hand like this, okay, like a fist, and you're going to massage from the back of the breast down to their front and areola. Okay, you're going to massage all around, as you can see what I'm doing here. Massage, massage, massage. Don't do it too hard or too rough to hurt yourself or to bruise your skin, but just massage all towards the areola. And then to pump or to get it out, you're going to place your index finger and your thumb 1 centimeter away from the areola, okay? And you're going to hold one position and press down and stay in this position. You're going to wait and exhaust this whole area first before you move. So you hold and press. Remember, you're not going to be moving your hand forward like this, okay? You're not going to be doing this. You're simply going to place 1 centimeter away from the areola and you're going to press and squeeze. Stay in this position for maybe about 5 to 6 seconds. And then you're going to move along and position again 1 centimeter away from the areola, and you're going to squeeze again and wait there for another few seconds. Hold it there for a few moments and then move along. And then again, centimeter away from the areola, and you're going to squeeze and hold. Okay, you're not squeezing and moving your hands forward towards the nipple. You're just going to hold centimeter away from the areola and you're going to wait. You're going to move again and hold and keep it in place. Wait for a few seconds. Let go. Go around the breast and you're going to squeeze again. And as you do this, you see that the milk will be coming out of the nipple, and you'll be able to start to collect some milk. Now, if you're doing this from day 5, you should have your full milk come in. So your colostrum, which is a much thicker, richer milk from the beginning, from when baby's first born to about day 4, and you're going to start to have a lot more milk, flowing milk coming through, okay? So at this point, if you're doing it from day 5, you're going to have a lot more. If you're doing it before the day 5, like I said, you're going to have colostrum. Colostrum is very thick and it's hard for it to come out. So babies are much, much better at sucking and getting colostrum out of your breast than you expressing either even by hand, or definitely we would not recommend you use the machine because it's too thick. It's very small quantity and you're going to waste a lot of it through your machine or the tubing and things like that. You're certainly not going to make a lot of milk in your colostrum form to feed the baby through a bottle. So if you're doing colostrum harvesting, you're going to give you like a syringe that you're going to use to collect your colostrum into, okay? And this syringe will be able to then be used to feed the baby. And that's basically just after baby is born. If you're not able to feed the baby straight away due to whatever the reason may be, at least you have some express milk that you've got already expressed for the baby to be fed with. So once you are doing this, I'm assuming you're going to be doing this from day 5, or we recommend you're doing this from day 5 when you want to hand express. You may not have an express machine and your milk has come in and you're in a lot of pain. So this is going to help to relieve a lot of your pain and help you to get through the first few days after baby's, sucked a lot of milk or a lot of stimulating, and now you've got a lot of milk come through. So what you need to do when you've had also now express the milk is to store the milk. Okay, so with breast milk, it can stay in room temperature for up to 6 hours. Okay, 6 hours, it can stay in room temperature. Therefore, if you're expressing or doing this at night, you don't need to get up and go and put it in a fridge. What you can do is you can express what you've got, and then you can give it to your baby as a top up. Okay, not as a feed. Remember, you have to always put your baby to the breast first before you give any express milk to the baby. So you are going to first breastfeed the baby, as in latching baby to the breast, and then whatever breast milk you've expressed beforehand, you can give that to the baby as a top up. So it's part of that single feed. Okay, it's not a separate feed. So when you've got it and it's ready and you're in the room, you can leave it in the room for 6 hours. When baby feeds the next time, you can give it to baby as a top up. Now, if you are at a stage where you're going to express your milk and you've decided you're going to express and also feed the baby and you're going to do both, or you want to express and store the milk for later use, breast milk can be put in a freezer and stored for up to 6 months. Okay, so when you are going to store your milk, make sure that you write the date and the time that you express the milk, and therefore it will help you to remember how long it's been in the freezer for and how long you're going to be able to use it for. If you're not planning to do it long term and you want to just store your milk because you've got excess milk or you've got a lot of milk and you like to express so that somebody else can feed the baby, if you are not there, or if you're not, if you need some help, or sometimes it's a great idea to express some milk so that your partner can also feed the baby. It will help with bonding from father and, or your partner and your baby to bond through the feeding experience, and they get to have a chance to feed the baby, or they can feed the baby and give you some respite in between, the wakings and baby not sleeping so much. So therefore you can sleep as well. So if you are planning to express to store for somebody else to help you feed the baby, then please remember, when you've now collected your milk, whether through a pump or with your hand, then you're going to store it in your fridge. Try to put it right at the back of the fridge. Okay, so not at the front. As you open your fridge more often or very regularly, you don't want your breast milk to be at the front because that could make it not last as long. So you can put your breast milk in the fridge for up to 4 to 6 days. Okay, depending on how cool your fridge is and how often it's being used. Try not to go over the 6 days in a fridge, and also it can be in there up to 4 days if your fridge is quite, well used. It's not really as at the optimized cooling of a fridge should be. Don't leave it for more than the 4 days if you are not sure that your fridge is doing the best storage as it can be. So please remember 4 to 6 days in the back of your fridge. When you do keep it in the fridge, to give it to baby, you must warm it first. Okay, when I say warm, I do not want you to put it into a microwave. You just have to simply put it, it should be in a bottle that you've stored, or if it's in a plastic breast milk storage bags, then you're going to pour it into a feeding bottle. And then you're going to put that bottle into either a bottle warmer if you have that, or just put it into warm water in a bowl. Leave it to sit for a couple of minutes. You're not going to overwarm it. Please make sure that the breast milk doesn't get overheated, because once it gets really hot, it changes the taste and your baby will not like it. Most likely they will not like it. Okay, so you just want to warm it to a point where it's back to room temperature, just like it was when you first took it out of your breast. So you just want to take the chill out. You wanted to get back to room temperature, and then you're going to feed your baby. Once you've warmed up your milk, you cannot keep this milk now for 6 hours again. No. Once you've warmed it up, you have only 2 hours to feed your baby with that milk. Whatever is not drunk after 2 hours from the time you warmed it, you have to discard. Okay, you have to throw it away. You cannot give it to the baby. So, sorry, I'm just getting a question here. Okay, so no, when you've warmed up the milk, you cannot refrigerate it again. So like I said, when you've actually warmed it, you have 2 hours to feed the baby with that. If baby doesn't drink it all after 2 hours, please discard it, because now there's more room for the milk to grow some bacteria. Unlike formula milk, where once you've made it and you're going to feed the baby, you have 1 hour to feed it to baby, and then you have to discard the rest. So if you haven't given it all to the baby, then please discard the rest. So when you think you've got a lot, let's say you've expressed and you've got about maybe 30 mils, and your baby's only going to drink 20 mils. Although the 10 mils is you think is a small amount, please don't waste it. Just take the 20 ml into another bottle and then warm that up and give it to your baby. Okay. Don't warm up all the whole 30 mils. Instead of doing that, take what you need, warm it up, put the rest back in the fridge, and then you have 2 hours after you've warmed it up to give it all to the baby. If baby doesn't drink it all, please discard it afterwards. Okay. And also, when I said when you're going to pump your milk, please make sure that you are not pumping more than 20 minutes. And when I say 20 minutes, I want you to pump, 15 to 20 minutes on one side of the breast and 15 to 20 minutes on the other side. This is with the machine. If you're doing hand expressing, you're probably not going to be able to do it for 20 minutes. If you can, then that's fine. If not, just express enough to help your breast to get a little bit softer and to make you feel comfortable. Okay. Sometimes, if you don't even plan to express, you can just express a little bit out, just so that the baby will be able to latch onto the areola. Because once your milk comes in on day 5, you might get really, really engorged, and it'll be very difficult for baby to latch and stay on the breast. Okay. So baby will latch and then they will slowly come off because all of the areola is full and engorged with the breast milk. So you will need to just express just a little bit, just to make the areola soft enough for baby to be able to stay latched. Okay, so sometimes you just need to do that simple, 2 to 3 minutes of expressing. Remember to massage first, and then express about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you're going to get some out. You don't have to maybe collect it. If you're happy for it to go to, to go out and just get it out for waste, it's absolutely fine. Your body's going to make more anyway. But if you're planning on collecting it, then please have a bottle ready. So when you're expressing, it's going right into the bottle. Okay, you can get your partner to hold the bottle whilst you are massaging and expressing into the bottle. Don't let it go to waste if you're planning to hold the milk. Another thing that I'm going to teach or to tell you about to help you when your milk is coming in is a natural way of helping you to stay comfortable and to curb a little bit of the milk production whilst you are making the milk and it's coming in, you're in pain. So from day 4 to 5, your milk is going to start to come in. You're going to feel a lot of feverish feeling, like you've got like some sort of a temperature. You may actually even develop a temperature. It's absolutely normal, okay? There's nothing wrong. You're going to have a bit of a fever feeling type thing, bit of a, hot and cold feeling. You can take some paracetamol for this. And then what you can do naturally to help is to get yourself some cabbage. So what you're going to buy is a green cabbage, really the thick green cabbage that you can get from the supermarkets. And you're going to peel the leaves and store it in the freezer. So maybe on a day 4, you can do this beforehand, before day 5. Okay. So you're going to peel the skin of the cabbage, put it into your freezer, and it's going to freeze solid. Okay. It's going to be really hard. And when you get to day 5, you're just going to take a piece of frozen cabbage and put it inside your bra to surround the whole breast to help the pain and the heat and all of the milk production that's coming. You put it in there, it will last you maybe about 10 minutes, then it will get warm, or it get cold, or a bit, it's now defrosted. And then you take that out, put a new one back in there if you're still in pain. If you're not in pain, then leave it as it is. Get baby to feed as much as possible, and that will help you to relieve some of the engorgement or some of the milk production that you're making. Remember that the more baby's feeding, the more milk production your body's going to create. So if your baby's feeding really well and you are coping well and you can do just a little bit of hand expressing, then don't express with your machines as well. Because if you're expressing and also baby's feeding, your body's going to think, oh, we need to make more milk because baby's demanding more. your body cannot tell whether it was the you know the bottle sorry, the baby that demanded, or if it was in a machine that demanded. As long as there was some form of demand, your body's going to create more milk. So don't do both in a way that you are going to be feeding the baby as well as pumping. And also, it's a lot of work on yourself. So if your baby's feeding really well and you're happy with how baby's feeding, then of course you don't need to pump as well. In terms of feeding and getting baby to latch, I've also made another live before last week, telling you how to latch your baby. Is a really, really detailed, informed video to show you how to latch your baby in different positions. And I go through it quite in depth. So if you are interested in finding out how your baby latches, then please do go on there and watch that video. I can try and link it in inside this video once I've posted it. Okay. So hope this video is useful for you. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments box below, and I'll be more than happy to come back and also reply you with that. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please do so and subscribe. Like this video once I've posted it. If you do like it, or if you're watching it after it's been pre-recorded, then please do like it for me. Send any questions that you have, and I'll be more than happy to answer it for you. Hope you've enjoyed this live, and I will be back again next week with another topic. I'm hoping to do these weekly lives to teach mums and to-be parents how to do different things, you know, during your pregnancy, labor, and also and beyond. Thank you so much for joining me, and hope you like this live. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.